Welcome back. This is the Slingshot channel. We are back for another MDG tag battle, number 2 here at Logan College Disc Golf Course, located in Chesterfield, Missouri. This is about 30 minutes west of St. Louis. So we have 4 players involved in the MDG group. We've seen, of course, the man, the young gun Carter. And we've got a new guy here, is Tyler Reed. He has the current low tag. As we're going through the introductions here, I am with the man himself, the young gun, the young bomber, the 15-year-old slingshotter, Carter Langenbacher. What's up, buddy?
Hello, thanks for doing commentary with me. And here's a little player intro.
Yeah, so we had Jeff Love, we have Sam Crump. This is Tyler Reed, and then I think it's Crump or Crumpy. Sorry, Sam.
Crumpy,
all right. And Sam is currently a member of the Rolla Disc Golf team out here in Missouri. You can see him actually in the national championships, hanging around the background cheering on his team. It did really, really well last year. So here's a couple of the rules at Logan University. They did have the St. Louis Open here recently, and then Carter's going to take you through hole 1.
Yeah, so starting off in hole 1 is a par 3, 215 feet. It's a pretty wooded hole. It's more of a righty forehand and lefty backhand dominant shot. So it's a little bit of a tricky shot. Also with the hill right behind it.
And as we get started here, the weather today was absolutely freezing, to be honest with you. I think the wind chill was negative 2.2 degrees or something. It was snowing. You can hear the players walking around on the ice-covered ground. So that was Jeff leading us off. This is Tyler Reed from St. Clair, Missouri.
Great shot there. Just gets a little bit of a roll away, but it's still basically parked. Go in.
Oh, Sam, you don't need to lay up on this, buddy. It's 215 feet. There's up by the basket, since it's icy today, that's a pretty downhill slope right at the basket. So this is a pretty tough one to put it close. So Jeff and Tyler did a pretty good job here. Let's see what Carter does.
Almost hit my line.
That's a disc breaker on a cold day like this.
At least I didn't get the shortest drive.
That is true. I think that was the shortest drive of the day.
Go in. Oh.
Yeah, so there the hill came into play a little bit, so I skipped down.
Sam's playing woods golf already on hole 1. Yeah, I can hear those discs sliding on that frozen ground. And this is Carter here coming up for a par and probably standing in some ice down there. It's about a 30-foot elevation to this basket.
Yeah, first putt. Just low.
I might fall if you want to get the camera on.
Let's see if Jeff and Tyler can get some birdies going.
It's a nice birdie on this hole, that basket on the frozen ground there. Yeah, I know it was pretty treacherous trying to walk down these holes. Like I said, this ground was frozen. You can see the snowflakes dropping here every once in a while. And a big thanks to my wife Krista and my son Grayson for helping out. Grayson's on the radar gun today. That's how we're bringing you all the velocities. And the catch cam is my wife taking care of all that for you. All right, hole 2 here. So we went straight into the woods. So hole 2's got an open field. We're going to run uphill, probably about the same distance that basket was where Carter was putting on the last hole, about 30 feet up. Par 3, 269 feet. This is really good for a lefty forehand or a righty backhand to fly right up to this basket. Once again, it is elevated and it's guarded by trees on the left and the right. And there is a little bit of a low ceiling as well.
Oh no. Oh, super short.
So Jeff's a little hyzering out a little early. He's in the woods there. You can see the wind bouncing that.
Oh no! Jeez.
Little branch there got caught. That looked like it was going right up to the basket.
I thought that was such a good throw too.
Yeah, guys, honestly, this hole isn't as hard as you're making it look.
They were just giving Carter a little razz there. There was a tournament the day before we filmed this round, and Carter didn't win. Actually, Tyler got first place, and I played in it too, and I got second place.
Nice, dude.
Parked up.
A little razzing him on that. So Sam starting out with that double bogey, having some troubles off the tee here on hole 2.
He might be in the fairway.
Woods golf still, hole 2.
So here, I really have no line, so I'm gonna throw the disc straight up in the air. Try to have it drop right on the basket. And I do.
It worked out.
It's not exactly parked though.
That was close to slid out a little bit on the ice. Jeff trying to find a gap here. Played a little pinko, but he got it up there. And that was Sam for a par. So looks like he's going to come down with another bogey there. Nice putt, Sam.
Tyler chinning out left. Not what you want to see, especially after that birdie on hole 1.
And these are really hard conditions. And if you're watching these videos, I assume mostly you're a disc golfer, but playing in cold weather. The wind was gusty, the ground was frozen.
What the heck was that?
There you go. Same putt twice.
I wish I could tell you I couldn't feel my fingers, but I could. Hole 3 is a par 3, 320 feet. The fairway is pretty open on the left, but then on the right side, there's a lot of woods you gotta contend with. So yeah, you just really want to throw a straight shot along the woods, try to slide up along the hill.
Oh god, it turned it over too much.
A little tug on that one.
At least you're not in the woods.
Yeah, I think that was scaring him away maybe a little bit there. Once again, it is hard to tell. There was a lot of these holes that were facing this direction. You're thrown directly into a headwind.
Oh no. Yep. Oh, there you go.
Little skip up towards the basket there.
I know,
Slipping
right?
on some ice.
Oh,
That ice got me head. Living rent free.
since I changed my form up, I've been doing that too, Carter. bro.
Sam laying
Oh
up
yeah.
again.
Oh yeah.
That went like 100 feet.
Like 250 at least, bro.
These guys are giving each other trouble today.
Here's my upshot to try to save par.
Good pull. Nice there.
We can see the wind grab that one and just throw it to the left. And some of these discs here, these baskets are on a hill, they were actually sliding down on the ice. Yeah, and some of these holes get a little windy,
Good
so I
shot.
apologize for the audio. So a good run by Tyler. He actually, I think, Carter, correct me if I'm wrong, you were standing closer, but he actually tickled the chains on that one.
I believe so. A little bit of right side.
Let's see if Sam can pick it up after first two holes there. There you go. Nice putt, Sam, for a par.
No.
You can see Justice there sliding down the hill on the ice. Tyler's just sliding down. Yeah, it was very slick out there. Nice putt by Tyler. Sam's excited. All right, moving on to our first par 4. This is hole number 4, par 4. Measured at 445 feet. There's two ways you could attack this hole. You can go through the gap here. You can go over the top, which we'll see some of our players do here. But once you get through this gap down here on this day, it's an icy fairway down to the basket. Once again on a huge slope and a bunch of guardian trees that surround the basket. So it's a pretty tough hole. Not a long distance hole, but it's still pretty tough to get down there into.
A great pull by Tyler.
Where'd he go? Was Ricky?
Yeah, that one got a little bit left on, and once again we're thrown into a headwind just like we were the last hole,
But
so
that's where everyone thinks he's at.
got a little over on it.
Yeah, so during the St. Louis Open, I actually caddied for Mason Ford, and I saw him go over top. So I thought, maybe I should just give it a try.
Us mere mortals don't have the arm speed to do that.
You're welcome for that time.
And the headwind actually helped a little bit, because otherwise that disc would be fading a little earlier.
What a crush.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Follow that up, Sam.
Really good. 63 mile an hour. Carter's been known to get him up to the upper 60s.
That one day.
Sam has a smart play here. He's just trying to go up to the gap. Unfortunately, a little bit rolling towards the woods there, but still a good shot. And it's Jeff here. He had to talk a little smack to Carter because he 64 mile an hour pull.
Yeah, but who's pin high? Here's Sam trying to flex one down the hill. It's a tree early, but I believe he's in position.
Jeff playing Plinko here.
Tyler with the great anti-skip down the hill.
And once again, these first 4 holes we played, the baskets are on a hill, and these hills are frozen.
Down.
Sam making a run for it there.
Hey, that worked.
It might be stupid.
Dude, I was about to do that too. It was long.
Here's Jeff with a left-handed shot, upside down disc.
Yeah, and he is not left-handed.
Relying on the slide.
And that would have been great if that tree stopped it.
So here, I am putting for eagle. But actually, wait, no, never mind. I'm just trying to lay up for the birdie because I really have no line. And I don't get through the trees because of the stupid bushes. And this is what I have left for birdie.
Yeah, that's a great drive. I think when you were caddying for Mason Ford, didn't he park this hole?
He was pretty close. I think he was inside the circle.
Just threw it over the top and just let the disc fall down by the basket. Nice putt. Top of the basket and sliding away on the ice. And if you've never played Logan before, this is one of the premier courses in St. Louis. Obviously, that's an opinion, but it's a great course. It's challenging. There's some water shots, there's wood shots, there's open shots. It's one of my favorites for sure in St. Louis.
Yeah, here's an open putt from Sam. Trying to save par.
Top of the basket again.
I'm just standing there, waiting for people to tap out. Just watching the struggle hurts.
It was a struggle today.
Don't worry, you'll see me struggle.
Jeff tiptoeing down the ice mud there. That was a nice putt. Really, everybody on this card's a pretty good putter. And we've seen Sam on coverage before, and his circle one was like 30%. And he seems to be struggling with circle one today, too.
There we go. Finally making one. Hole 5. This one is a par 3, 305 feet. This hole you pretty much want to throw a disc. You don't mind losing, because if you could skip left down that little pond, or you could get lost in the woods over there on the right side. So you just want to throw a straight mid-range to fairway driver, trying to pipe it down the middle and slide up to the basket. Also, there is a steep hill left and right behind the basket. A little bit of icy wood there again. I threw my buzz there, and it's not exactly pin high, but it's a putt.
You can see that thing spinning and spinning. Yeah, so Carter chose the option up the middle. There is an option to go the left side, which I think we'll see a couple of the players go towards as well.
Yeah, trying to go right over that bench. Or right under it.
Maybe he was trying to hit the bench, but that was a little bit of a low shot.
Here's Sam throwing it perfect height, skipping a little near the basket.
That was a nice shot.
I believe that was his destroyer. And here's Jeff with his 4-claw buzz. Flipping it up nice. I believe he caught a branch at it, so it would have been like a little bit ahead of me.
And here comes Jeff here, and there's a little bit of a hill behind this basket, so we got about 25 foot, and he just barely stayed on. Once again, these discs were sliding like crazy today because of the icy grass. beautiful setting for this course. Couple lakes here. These have fountains in them. There was geese and a bunch of animals and wildlife out today.
Just a little
on
low.
target.
Like literally walk off the boat. No, I do it without one. No.
Typically one of the better putters that we play with. Tyler's missing a couple early here.
Get down.
Not our best showing, Justin.
It's freaking 2 degrees.
And players struggling today.
Not Sam. Starting to pick it up.
No, I'm scared of this. I know, right? I was like, just throw it, it'll go.
All right, moving on to hole 6. This has got to be the signature hole here at Logan. You're teeing off straight over the lake here. Couple landing zones, couple options you can do here. It is a par 4, 625 feet playing today. There is a little, I don't know what you can call it, a little peninsula there, a little landing area over by the benches. In between the big parts of the lake, the drop zone is right here. We're walking over right now. If you go in the lake, as far as I know, there is no OB in the woods. Okay, so you can try to pump one down the hill. You can either lay up here and have another probably 350 feet or so down to the basket, but it is downhill, might make it a little easier sometimes. Okay, today the basket is playing down at the bottom of the hill here, protected by geese when I film this. Okay, but down on the bottom. And this is a tough shot today because there is a direct headwind again. As Sam is showing us as he rips over on one, and I think he found the woods on that.
I do not believe there is any that's stable enough to fight this headwind.
Yeah, it was ripping. You can see the fountain over there, the water coming straight off of that. You hear the wind in the camera. Next couple holes get it pretty windy. It picked up a little bit. We're going through this little stretch here. So
I do not have a tilt, so I'm going to try to go with my overstable mirror. Go a little low, but if I threw that any higher, I bet it was going to go down the hill.
that was 65 mile an hour pull there. That was going to go far.
I was surprised it did not cut roll into the lake.
You're in, you're good. Dang, it's harder. I want to go left one.
And actually, where he landed is a good option. You could just lay up that little area there, and you really have a nice shot into the pin.
Yeah, from there I'll just have a hyzer. And Tyler just threw anhyzer.
And that thing just kept going right and right and right. You know what disc that was?
I believe that was his big Xenix. So that was one of his more overstable discs. I think that's Jeff Scorch. So I don't know why he threw an understable disc.
And it hit that hill and rolled straight into the woods. Geese are flying in. So this is where I believe Tyler ended up in the woods, and he had a nice little pitch out onto the hill there. Once again, these hills are super slippery today,
Yeah,
just because all the ice.
I don't know if you could see how good that was, but that was a great out by Tyler.
Yeah, he was pretty buried in there. You can see how thick those woods are. Just about all Sam could do from a standstill coming out of the woods there. I think that's Jeff pitching out of the woods. And Tyler after his pitch out. And that headwind just bites him again. Yeah, Jeff got caught up too. Like you can hear that wind blowing in the camera. It was pretty hefty.
And I don't really remember wind phasing me on the shot, because it was right to left, and I was throwing a hyzer.
What disc you throwing here?
This is my new Eric Oakley Villain. This might be my first shot of the day with it. And I thought that was going to be long in the creek, but I did not know how close it was.
That's a great shot. And Tyler coming back out of the woods. If I remember right, I think that's for his par. This is Sam for a 3, and he threw it straight into the woods. And Jeff's going sideways here. He really didn't have much again, so he's just laying up. I said this wind was so hard to judge today. Even little slow floaters are turning over. This is Tyler, I believe, for a 5. And I believe Sam for a 5 as well.
That was actually a great putt, just bad skip off the top.
He's done that a couple holes now.
Oh, I was like, dang. I want you guys to make these.
I think this is Tyler for a double bogey, if I remember right. Or maybe that was for his bogey. Can't keep track of all these shots.
Here's me to take like 4 strokes.
Yeah, this is for a 3 on this hole. Putting straight into a headwind. Probably thought that was going to drop, huh?
Yeah. Cause I threw a little nose down.
It's a nice putt by Jeff. That's a double bogey for him. Carter will save his par. Couple more bogeys coming up here. I just don't remember what strokes they're having. 2 double bogeys.
Now on to hole 7. This one is a par 3, 290 feet. There's a creek along the right side and some woods along the right side. You can see the little clearing right behind those trees, and that's what the basket is. It's a left-right moving shot, and you just want to get at least circle's edge, circle 2 edge. So yeah, I'm just going to be throwing an anhyzer. I'm sure a lot of people are. And then there's going to be a couple forehands.
Is that your pig?
Yeah, it's one of my straighter ones.
That was a nice shot.
So yeah, that's like just outside circle.
And we are going the opposite way of the last couple of holes, so we do have a tailwind here.
Yeah, like I said, Sam's going the forehand. I believe Tyler will too.
A little bit of a late release there from Sam. And you can see the trees that stick out in the middle of the fairway there. That's that creek that's sort of guarding the basket there. Another good shot by Tyler.
I guess everybody's throwing forehands.
I bounced, gave it to you.
birdie putts coming up here.
Tyler not having his best putting round. Here's Jeff with a little tester.
It's a nice putt.
Do you think this is inside circle 1?
No, I think that's outside circle 1. It's circle 2 putt.
What about mine? Do you think this is from outside?
That's pretty close, man. It's hard to judge. I think you're probably out. Once again, that wind's blowing hard. Boom. Little left side catch.
Yeah, pretty happy about that.
A little bit of action replay. It's nice to get those. It's been a tough day so far.
No.
And Tyler he just doesn't putt like this. All right, moving on to hole 8 here. This is a par 4, 530 feet with the creek is OB. And that creek runs all the way up this right side, so really you want to hit the first gap, and it's wide open after that. So you can lay it out in this field over here. There's really no path to the basket from the tee box. And then you're going to go over a creek up to the basket. So Carter's trying a roller here and got a little over on it.
I gotta be honest with you, I've never practiced roller. So I was just trying it out of blue.
Looked like he had a good angle on it, just pulled it a little bit.
Bad line.
And a fun memory from this hole, we talk about the St. Louis Open a lot, and Carter got to caddy for Mason Ford, but Zachariah Johnson and Andrew Presnell, I think Justin Bunnell were on that card. But I remember Zachariah Johnson threw a forehand flick on this, and it went all the way to those trees up there, up by the road almost, it seemed like.
Oh, what was that?
It was like 500 feet. It felt like he threw a forehand. It was insane.
Probably got a puddle.
And the graphic on the bottom is incorrect. This is hole number 8.
Yes, I actually just barely stayed in bounds. This is my weird lunging shot uphill.
So Sam going with a thumber over the tree. So there's a little bit of a line to go over the trees there. You played a little plinko right next to the basket. That was a nice shot. So if you do go short, there is a gap.
I don't want to do that same route.
Tyler with the same idea. He got through clean, so it skipped a little bit past the basket.
Yeah, so on my second shot, I managed to get up all the way to have an open shot at the basket.
Good shot, Carter. You're pretty good.
Jeff sizing up what he's got to do here. And once again, he has an option. He's a little further up, so he can either go around to the left or he can go up and over to the
around or
right.
backhanded it over?
I think so. Wow. I think you can backhand it, right?
And you can't really see. There are a couple ninja branches hanging over the left side of that tree there, which you could catch that and go into the OB Creek.
Is that creek OB?
It is OB.
All right.
So he decides to go with the righty hyzer.
Oh, not bad. Good tree.
Hit the tree and drops. Well, that'll be a putt.
See if Tyler can pick up his putting woes on the day so far. Not just yet. So Jeff is picking up pretty good pace here after his little string of bogeys there. So putting together 2 birdies. go, Sam. He needed that one. It was a little slow start, starting to pick it up a little bit.
Last hole of this video, hole 9. It says hole 8. Sorry, never mind. It is hole 9. Hole 8. Par 4.
This is hole 9. It's just a par 3 up the hill.
A little confusing.
Oh God.
Jeff's getting over on this one, pulling it into the woods. That's one place you do not want to go.
I know. Yeah, something happened weird. Oh God.
Yeah, this is hole 9. It's about 300 feet or so up the hill. So it's a pretty good pump to get it out there because it is uphill, probably about 40 feet.
Dude, I need to go crazy too. This is
Carter taking a pig up there.
Yeah, so I think you can see the snow. It's a little bit of right to left shot. Or right to left wind.
Oh no.
No, he moved that right out of his hand.
I don't know why he'd do that. Still right in the bushes.
I don't think he meant to. A little fun on the ice here. A nice recovery, Tyler. This is right next to this tee pad here, so just having a little fun.
I about lost it, but I saved it. Oh, I'm blocking it.
And Jeff, he's getting a little frustrated. He just pitched out. Nice little pitch up to the basket. He'll be tapping in for his bogey.
Here's Tyler trying to get up and down. That was a great shot.
That was a nice run. You hit basket there?
Hit the very top. Skipped off a little bit. But there's a hill going up the hill. There's a hill going up the hill.
I mean, hills go uphill.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
If you're
repeated
going
myself.
All right, couple of taps out. Tap outs.
Tap ins.
Tap ins. Hopefully they'll go in. And Carter throwing a missile into the basket. And Sam going to tap out here. So this will complete our front 9. We did play a full 18 today. That video is yet to come, so look for that. So at the halfway point in our MDG tag battle, we've got Carter at even, Jeff at +3, Tyler at +4, and Sam at +5.
Thank you again for watching. Make sure to check out the next video. Thanks to Jess Ben Discin.
This is John Langenbacher and Carter Langenbacher signing off. We will see you on the next one.
Thank you. Like and subscribe.